Can LeBron go back to back with great performers? I think so. What's up guys, Vinny here with Sneaker Tweaker and welcome back to another video. Today we have the performance review on the highly anticipated Nike LeBron 21. Now after the LeBron 20s, the expectations were a lot higher for the LeBron line. You had the 19s, which were pretty much a flop in my book. I mean, I still see people at the gym wearing it. They like it. More so the lows, I think, and the lows, from my understanding and I guess experience, perform better than the highs. Prior to that, you had the 18s, which were solid performers. You had the 17s, which were great, 16s. LeBron's line, I mean, a lot of people bash on it and everything, but there's a lot of solid performers in the line. It's just more so that before they were more tech heavy, they were bulkier, they were bigger, they were made for LeBron to just drive down the lane and attack the basket. Now in his old age, he's turned into more of a shooter, so more low profile shoes, good court feel, enough tech to get impact protection, and just an overall more, I would say, guard friendly shoe. As always, let's start it off with the traction. The LeBron 21 features a multi-directional traction pattern, and in this colorway, this is the Violet Frost colorway. This is a translucent outsole. The traction on these, I have to say, performed amazingly. It bit the floor really well. It literally just all through dust, dirt, all of that, it bit the floor. And not only that, but if you forgot to wipe the bottom of your shoes, you're still going to be good to go. I mean, these things were just absolute money. I have no complaints as far as the actual performance of the grip. Now, what I will say is that the durability on this is very questionable. And if you take a good look on the outsole, the LeBron 21s, or just the outsole on the LeBron 21s, just playing on these about 2 weeks or so, mine's already got a lot of wear on my forefoot area, my strike zones, but also on my heel. There's pieces of the traction already just ripping off and peeling off. And I wouldn't say it's like a small amount. There's actually a good amount of fraying, and overall, I mean, if not for, I guess, the durability issue, this traction would be so much better. Now, as for the squeak, if you guys do love a squeaky shoe, these things screech like crazy. I mean, just you can honestly hear these things throughout the whole gym. I feel like the more I played in the shoe, the louder that squeak got, the better the traction got. Now, squeak again doesn't equate to great traction or performance, but it is nice to hear if you love basketball. I mean, squeak and a bouncing ball is generally what you hear most of the time when you're watching basketball. For outdoor use, obviously, I wouldn't say that this is going to be the best shoe, especially because of the durability of the traction. I just played in these strictly indoors on a brand new floor. Now the floors at Lifetime have been dusty as hell these last 2 days, even though the courts have only been open for 2 to 3 weeks. I was hoping the maintenance was going to be a lot better, but I guess I kind of have too high of hopes for them, or just, I guess, expectations. Lifetime, if you're watching this, please clean your floors. A lot of us come there to hoop. Again, the cords on there were dusty. The traction gripped the floor really well still. However, even on those brand new floors, they did not last. They're grinding down pretty fast and they're fraying pretty fast. I don't know if the traction in itself would potentially last you a full season. You might have to kind of get a second, maybe third pair, especially depending on how you play. I mean, if you're a spot up shooter and you're not doing a lot of just cutting and slashing to the basket, you might be good. But for me, I put a lot of torque into my shoes and couldn't handle the heat. Now, the cushion setup is pretty much exactly the same as the LeBron 20s. You have a forefoot zoom turbo unit, which is top loaded. You have a heel zoom unit, which is large and it's bottom loaded. On top of all of that, you have a Cushlon carrier. The cushion on this worked really well. You got great impact protection. I mean, I really didn't have any complaints as far as, my knees hurting. However, I will say that the cushion on this year's rendition is a lot firmer than the LeBron 20s. That being said, it doesn't mean that it's a bad cushion. It's just if you like a softer cushion, then the LeBron 20s would probably be a better option. Now, it's pretty much exactly the same. You just get a little bit more compression, particularly in the heel of the LeBron 20s. So cushion, again, great setup for the LeBron 20s. You do LeBron 21s. And on top of that, just like the 20s, you do get great court feel. So it's a great all-in-one package. And I love the direction that this shoe or this line is going. I mean, it's pretty much the same direction that every other shoe is going in Nike's, I guess I should say, arsenal. You do still have shoes like the GT Cut, but the awesome part is that's becoming a more of a full package. So you do get a lot of tech as far as cushion in that as well, but every other aspect of that shoe is pretty great. Stay tuned for the performance review on that shoe as well. Now, as for the fit on the LeBron 21s, they do fit true to size. I didn't really get any, I guess I would say, squeezing or pinching in the shoe until after I started playing in it, more so in my right shoe than my left. And I mean, if you're, I guess not like me, but I guess it's a common thing that one foot is generally slightly wider than the other foot. For me, it's my right foot, and I'm assuming that's probably why that happened. Now, these things took a little bit longer to break in than the LeBron 20s. LeBron 21s were still great as far as fit. The length fit nicely, and if you just take the time to break it in, you'll still get a nice one-to-one fit. Now, for the materials and the support on the LeBron 21s, they do feature a mesh upper wrapped around this lightweight drapery that Nike calls it, and underneath that they have zonal cables is what they call that as well, and that's just to help with overall containment of the shoe. The upper, I would say, worked really well for what it was meant to do. You got great containment out of the shoe, and then on top of that, you do have all these perforations. I know with all those layers of materials, it seems like the shoe is going to be really hot, your feet are going to overheat, but that's not necessarily the case. They did take measures in order to let air out and let air in, just airflow to be available in the shoe. So you got these perforations right here, but you also have these big perforations on the tongue as well. You do also have this nice and sturdy TPU heel counter. The design on it, like I said, I guess in the first impressions video, pretty much looks like a hourglass to me, and I guess that's to signify maybe LeBron's time in the league, or just maybe how much time he has left in the league. I don't know, but to me it looks like an hourglass. Now, the shank plate in the LeBron 21s is also a TPU shank plate, which is a departure from the carbon fiber shank plate that they used in the 20s. For me, both of them did the job and did what they were supposed to. This one was a top-loaded shank, whereas the LeBron 20s was a bottom-loaded shank. Again, performance-wise, this did what it needed to do. You have great torsional support and just overall support and sturdiness of the shoe. The 21s also use the Nike Sphere technology, just like the 20s, and just like the 20s, it's super comfortable, and on top of that, you do get a nice cool feeling shoe, or your feet feel nice and cool within the shoe. The tongue is also made up of leather material, and I don't know if this is actual leather or synthetic leather. I would like to assume that they use actual leather, potentially just because, you know, it's a $200 shoe and the traction already doesn't last, so hopefully something is premium. Performance wise, again, no complaints, but material wise and durability, I'm a little iffy about that. Again, leather on the upper, just overall, you do have these fly wire cables essentially just on these two eyelets that are exposed. The tongue also on the inside is quilted, so for comfort, that's super nice. And last but not least, the laces. These laces are super fat, so unless you double knot them, these are going to come undone. So for me, I already double knot my shoes all the time just because I don't know if it's the way I play or what I do. They always come undone, but these ones in particular, I've also seen other people mention it. If you don't double knot these shoes, your laces highly likely will come undone while you're playing. So double knot them if you're getting them. As for the weight, the LeBron 21s in a size 9 do weigh in at 14 ounces. So If you care about the weight, that's what it is for a size 9. And again, for the price point, as I mentioned before, they are priced at $200 retail, and that's the same exact price that the LeBron 20s were. Overall, the LeBron 21s were amazing performers. I have nothing but good things to say as far as the traction cushion and everything. As far as performance, durability was my biggest thing. I don't think that these shoes are going to last very long if you're especially putting a lot of torque into it. And if you're going to play outdoors, it's not one that I would recommend. Now, a lot of people also ask us where we get our basketball socks from. The answer is from Amazon. They come in a pack of 3 that costs just as much as one pair of Nike Elite socks. The ones we have are these 2 muted colors, which the white one and the black one, and they are quarter length. So if you guys like quarter length, they have them available in that, but they also have them in the high top version. Like I said, they come in a pack of 3 that costs just as much as the Nike Elites, and these are pretty much the same thing, but without the Nike branding. They're cushioned, they're ventilated, and they're amazing socks, and they last a long time. If you guys do want a pair, hit the link in our description down below and go grab yourselves a pack. Not a pair, grab yourselves a pack. Take all that information, use it as you will, and if there are any other shoes you guys would like us to review, comment down below. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.